Roll, let's roll, let's roll.
Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are High Court enforcement agents who work across the north of England.
Oh, it's a beautiful day indeed.
It's 7:30 a.m. They're in Liverpool on their way to evict a family who are behind with their rent.
If people don't pay the rent, then they've got to be evicted.
The landlord claims he hasn't received anything from them for months. But there's a complication.
From what we can read in the notes, one of the occupants is classed as vulnerable.
It's a child, I believe.
Is it a child?
I mean, the case notes say it's a vulnerable child, but that's so wide open, isn't it?
It can be wide open, yeah. Vulnerable is a wide umbrella.
47, 49. There we go.
The landlord's son is there to meet them.
We believe there's a vulnerable child.
Yes.
Well, what do you know the more history about that?
Just he's on a ventilator.
Right.
So he has a pipe, he's got a mobile machine, he's got oxygen.
Yeah.
All day he said he can move, he can travel, he's
Okay.
good to go.
Right.
But they're playing the game, he can't move, he's too disabled to do it, and that's why they're not getting out.
We'll give it a knock and see if they're open first. If
Okay, take the palm back off the side key.
Right, okay. What's the names?
Powell, Mark.
Although Stuart and Victor know there is a seriously ill child inside the house, the writ gives them no choice but to evict the family immediately.
Oh, here we go. Can you come to the door, please?
The agents are met by a member of an overnight care team.
There's a baby on a ventilator here. I need to put that child in a place of safety. Can you please give me an hour?
We can do that. That's
who
no
are
problem.
you, by the way?
We're High Court enforcement agents. We're here now to take over the property.
Right,
okay, we've got a right of
understand that.
possession for the property.
You're not going to throw them in the street?
Yeah, that's we don't throw anyone out on the street. But what we're here to do today is take possession of the property. So we'll be changing locks and they will be evicted today.
But you're going to give us an hour or so?
Of course we will. Yeah, of course.
Do you want me to come in and talk, Mr. Pell?
Please don't enter this.
No.
No, don't.
The reason why we've stepped out is simply because it is a bit of a shock. So they want to get things arranged and get things sorted, which I understand.
I mean, you know, we're all human at the end of the day. We've all got
that.
He knows we've got an ill baby.
Yeah.
He knows the situation. He knows we're waiting on the house.
Yeah.
He was just pissed off because we couldn't get out by the time he wanted us to. There's nothing I can do. What if we decide that we can't go?
In the nicest possible way.
Yeah.
You will be leaving today.
Okay.
It was a very difficult situation for me to deal with. You've got to start thinking from the tenant's point of view, not just from the landlord's point of view, that there is a child here that is dependent, his life is dependent on what you do and what your actions are.
An hour after they first arrived, the agents go back to the house.
Oh, yeah, you're all right. Are we able to come in?
Do you have to? We're sorting stuff out.
We would have to come in. Like I said, we're not going to be intruding, we're simply just going to come in and have a chat, that's all.
Heart problem, because his heart was back to front, and it's in the centre of his chest.
Oh, right.
Because he's got one small lung, so obviously it hasn't pushed it to where it should have been. Because his heart, when they're 8 weeks old in the womb, your heart's meant to do a 360 degrees turn.
Right.
And this has only done half. When he was born, he didn't think he was going to live. He has to have a ventilator to help him breathe.
What does the doctor say long-term in that?
Hopefully he'll be off it by the time between the age of now and 10. He can go up to the age of 10.
I was quite shocked when we walked in and it was a little boy on a life support machine. He's about 2 years old. It was a big shock and emotional, very emotional, to be honest with you. In a situation like that, you do think of your own family, and you also realize how blessed we are.
Despite Riley's condition, legally, the agents must carry out the eviction today.
It's a writ of possession for this property for today. Because they need this documentation to take it down to the Housing Association, because they will need to go in some kind of emergency accommodation.
But rehousing a little boy like Riley isn't going to be easy.
He needs plug sockets to run his life support equipment off. That needs testing and safety testing. All that takes about 2 or 3 weeks to set up.
Yeah, well,
we're not going to be able to get that in emergency accommodation. So there's absolutely no way to appeal.
Getting the little lad sorted. We're all human at the end of the day.
What's all the time? We've got a time limit to be out.
Pack a bag. You've got 7 clear days from today to come back for the rest of your belongings.
The family are now homeless. Riley needs life-saving equipment and round-the-clock care. But the family don't know where they'll be sleeping tonight. Now, the family have to make a crucial decision. As there is little hope of finding emergency accommodation suitable for Riley's life-saving equipment, they have no choice but to admit him back into Alder Hey Hospital.
We have to wait for an ambulance to take him into hospital because we can't go anywhere else with him.
He can't go anywhere else apart from back in hospital, but that could set him back.
He can stay at home. He doesn't have to go into hospital, but now he has to go into hospital, which is wrong.
But moving Riley into hospital means that his brother Callum has to stay somewhere else.
And it split the family up because we've got one child living somewhere else and we've got another child put back in hospital.
And we've got nowhere to go.
It's the landlord. The landlord has pushed it through to the High Court and what we've turned up to this address, you see. So it's only when you actually get in behind that door, speak to the parents and actually see it for yourself, you might think, oh.
The family knew they would have to move. They were waiting for the council to finish adapting a house suitable for Riley's needs. The house will be ready in 2 days' time, but their landlord wanted them out today.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
See how close he knew that we were.
Yeah.
And he still had to put us through this.
Yep.
The agents have no control over when the High Court writs are issued. But just 48 hours could have prevented Riley from having to go back to the hospital and the family being separated.
The landlord knew this. He knew we were waiting on the property.
It's just not fair.
That someone can actually do that to you, knowing the circumstances that we are going through. I think it's disgusting. I don't...
2 vents. Yeah. 2 suction machines. Yeah. 1 SATS monitor. Yeah. 1 handheld SATS monitor.
In the bag.
Okay. Meds.
All his meds are in the bag, in the thing. What happens now then?
You just need to arrange with us and we can arrange with the landlord when you need to come back and collect the rest of your things. All your stuff will be safe and secure, okay?
I'm sorry, baby. Good job you don't know.
6 hours after they first arrived, the eviction is complete. For Vic and Stuart, it has been the most difficult they have ever carried out.
You drive down each street and you don't really see anyone in their houses or anything like that. You don't really know people's stories or people's lives, but they're on it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and their lives are completely turned upside down.
The good news is that he will eventually become off that life support. It's just at this age, because he's so young, he needs the machine to basically force his lungs to make it stronger, really. So 5 years from now, he might be running around with his brother and his mates outside the property, and that's great. You know, that is really good news. And so hopefully one day that family will have a normal life again.
The latest research shows that despite the economic recovery, 15 million families in the UK are financially living on the edge.
Another day and another potentially stressful job for Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor. This morning, they're in Birmingham to recover a £3,350 debt owed to a landlord for unpaid rent.
Oh, early start.
Early start, Vic. Very early start.
Early bird catches the worm and all that.
Well, it depends what the worm is, isn't it?
The writ instructs Stuart and Vic to collect payment today or remove assets to cover the debt.
It's not a bad area, though. So hopefully when we get there, hopefully there might be a car on the drive, because most of these houses have got big long drives.
But the person named on the writ is not the tenant. It's her father. He agreed to be the guarantor if his daughter fell behind with the rent. Now he's liable for the debt.
Oh, burger bar.
Kath's Kitchen.
Kath's Kitchen.
And a plate number, which I will do an HPI on right away.
There's a car and a mobile kitchen in the driveway. These are assets they could seize if the tenant's father can't or won't pay.
Gas kitchen, no, I'll tell you what, mate, I can go for a full breakfast this morning. Maurice.
Just going to do an HPI, all right? It's Vic, mate, you're right.
Vic checks the car isn't on finance, while Stuart approaches the house.
Hello there, sir. We're after Mr. Palmer.
Yeah.
Is that yourself? Name's Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent from Direct Collection Bailiffs. It's regarding an outstanding High Court writ.
Going through, love. We're going to court.
Yeah. Like I said, so what's happening with this? You said it's going through court at the moment.
Yeah, I've been there to court. How long ago was it?
Oh, you went up there last week, love, and...
Last week?
Yeah.
I've been up there before. I've been up to the court to say that how much I'm willing to pay.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
my circumstances.
The fact of the matter is, because it's been transferred to the High Court, we are now here to take control. We're here to take control of goods unless payment is made.
Oh, what can you take?
The total amount outstanding is £3,349.75. It is.
It's 2,200.
It's, yeah, because it's been transferred to the High Court. There's no fees involved.
Why haven't we been informed?
You would have been informed.
We haven't been
Yeah,
informed.
you would have been informed.
How?
The debt started off as a county court judgment, which can be paid in instalments. But the landlord wanted his money back fast and escalated the case to the High Court.
My daughter wanted to rent a house, but I signed as guarantor for her. She didn't...
Keep up with the repayments, and so they come to
She
you.
missed a month's repayment, but she got in touch with him. She told him all this and said, oh, look, I haven't got the money. That she changed the circumstances. Her husband split, and he took us to court. Then, when he got to court, he said that she'd missed 3 months.
Yeah.
No, I know my daughter. My daughter wouldn't miss 3 months, knowing I'm the guarantor and would have to pay it. You know, so we went to court. They turned around and found in his favour. Now, I've done everything by the book. I've told them that I can't afford to pay.
The High Court would have sent warning to Mr. Palmer that he needs to pay immediately. But the agent's visit has come as a shock.
The fact of the matter is that if payment isn't made, we will have to take control of goods. So
You'll have to go back to the court.
We're not going back to court. We're here now to execute a High Court writ. So you need to make a payment. Okay, that's the letter that's been sent out on the 12th of the 5th.
Tell you what, he's a right bastard, and I don't swear he's a right bastard.
I can give you half an hour to see what you can do with regards to funds.
Any money.
We'll have to take control of goods then, including the assets on the driveway at the moment.
That's my son's. That's my wife's.
We need to get proof of that. You need to get proof of that.
Well, my son's
in Las Vegas at the moment.
Right. Okay. Well, what will happen is the vehicles will get removed today. Okay. We need to see some documentation for that. We need to see some proof of that.
You can establish in the first 10 minutes what's important to them and what's not. And you've got to play on that, unfortunately. You've got to find out what is valuable to them, what they don't want to lose. But everybody's got pressure points. If someone's got a car and he doesn't want to lose his car and it's free of finance, you've got two options. You're either going to pay or we're going to take it away.
It becomes clear the defendants can't pay.
Yeah, I need this ASAP, mate.
Seizing the vehicles could be the agent's next option. Vic hears back from the finance check.
Right, cheers, thank you. It came back free of finance. So he allowed by law to remove it, unless they can produce paperwork showing that it's in, well, the lady claims it's in her name. So if she's got a sales invoice or anything like that in her name, we won't remove it.
You've got a catering trailer there that's worth, in my opinion, maybe £5,000 if it's got the equipment in it. And you've got a Toyota RAV4 there, which 03 plate you'd probably get about 1,500 quid for, maybe 1,800 quid at the most.
Mr. Palmer finds the vehicle's paperwork. It shows his wife is the registered keeper, but it's not proof of ownership.
Have you got a sales invoice for this vehicle?
Sorry?
Have you got a sales invoice?
Oh, God. The sales invoice, we bought it second hand, as you can see, it's not a new car. There isn't any need at all for this. You know, we're decent people, we're not tramps.
It's rich man versus poor man all over again, and it's just then on. We haven't done anything wrong.
He said he's done everything by the book, which is fine, but you need to remember that the client's done everything by the book as well.
Looks like a decent gentleman, pensioner, trying to help his daughter out, and then he got stung with a bull.
I suggest if you speak with your daughter, see if she's got any funds, considering that she's the one that's run up the debt in the first place.
I've been feeding her because she hasn't got any money to buy food even.
Yeah. Sadly, it's not going to stop with what we're here to do today. It's not. There's nothing to do with that, sir. Nothing to do with that at all.
They've got a job.
They've got a job.
Job's worth.
It can be heartbreaking, but you'd do anything for your family. I know I would. I would sign on behalf of somebody in my family, regardless of the situation, because it's your family at the end of the day. But people need to remember that you are signing if they don't pay. If they don't pay, you're liable, and you've signed a contract to say that, yes, I will be liable if you do not pay or you default on any of your payments. So I don't understand why it's a shock to people when we turn up at the door and they say, oh, we only sign guarantor. But that's what a guarantor is. But the only way it's going to get resolved is by making a payment. Somebody needs to make a payment. Somebody. Somebody.
What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to go and rob a fucking bank, are you?
That's not me to tell you what to do, sir. You know what I mean?
But all right, you've got your job to do.
Okay, so what I'll do is.
At the end of the day,
okay, I understand that, sir.
You can't take blood from a stone.
After 20 minutes at the house, their daughter Sam, who ran up the debt, and her friend Andy arrive.
How can people seriously do? How can you seriously command and do something like this?
Morning. Dad, I've tried it, they're just not interested.
You came to?
Pardon?
Are you sheriffs?
Yeah, High Court.
You get High Court. Why has he gone to the High Court when you're still at the negotiations?
It's not. It's a CCJ that's been honoured
The claimant has transferred it to the High Court.
So what the claimant is. It's a CCJ that's been awarded against the defendant. So what the claimant has done is transferred it to the High Court.
Tell you what he's
in the state of a week. Yeah. From going from making an offer.
We're in the making an offer stage.
How much is it?
The total amount outstanding is.
It was 2,200, Andy, and now it's all of a sudden it's gone up to 3,200.
How can you do that?
It's on no.
With no notification.
Stuart and Vic are at gridlock with the whole family. With tensions rising, will they get the £3,000 they came for? His daughter and her friend arrived to back him up.
How can people seriously do?
Now a simple debt recovery has turned into a standoff.
You haven't notified these people that this is going to happen.
A letter has been sent out. A letter has been sent out.
When was the letter sent out?
12th of the 5th. Notice of enforcement was sent to this address.
So hang on. So he's kind of gone. He's jumped the gun.
Yeah, but you can do.
He's jumped the gun.
I mean,
he's took a legal stance and he's jumped the gun.
I wouldn't say jump the gun. The second it's awarded against you.
He's used the law to his. He's used the law to his advantage.
Isn't that what the law's there for?
The law's an asset.
If the payment of £3,349 isn't made in 20 minutes, we will be taking control of goods.
Hang on a minute. Can I have a look at the?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
Normally there's a good cop and a bad cop. Because Stuart is taking the lead of the case, he will be portrayed as the bad cop. I normally try and calm the debtor down because he won't have a beef with both of us. He will normally focus on one of us and take his frustration out on that agent. That will give me the opportunity to try and calm him down. Normally take him by the arm and just say, let's step aside, let's work this out. It's £3,200 and whatever pennies. If we come to an agreement today, you make some kind of there has to be a payment today. There's no doubt about that. To stop any action from removing vehicles.
It's a stalemate. But then the daughter's friend makes a surprising offer.
So you're in position to cut a deal.
What kind of deal?
Amount.
What kind of deal?
Well, they agreed to paying that in court.
Right.
I'll give you that right now.
No. There needs to be the full amount. If not, it's removal of goods.
Right, okay, I'll pay you now.
Okay, how can you make the payments?
Debit card.
Debit
Pay the
card.
whole lot now. Pay the whole lot now.
The family friend has agreed to pay off the debt.
This man has took full advantage of this old couple. Sam rented a house off this guy. He was very naughty with the way he's kippered her up regards payments, regards damage to the house. She actually done the house out. He's gone after and gone for this debt. But to try and enforce it onto her mum and dad, who are retired people, not good enough.
I'll take the notice off the vehicle, eh?
I'm just a friend of the family, just trying to keep everybody happy here.
So if that's go through, so should we have the signal?
I've taken the notice off the vehicle. According to us, this is the end.
There you go.
These aren't people who are trying to run and hide. These are people who are trying to deal with things. You know, these are genuine people. These aren't duckers and divers with the dealers. I would have helped them out. They're too proud. That's the problem. Yeah. Unfortunately.
I appreciate your level head, sir.
Got to be level-headed.
All the best anyway, though, sir.
All the best to yourself.
I think he is a genuine guy. He's trying to help the family out, which is fair play to him. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I think we got a good result.
The case is resolved and the family's cars are safe, thanks to their daughter's friend.
New research shows Britain is in the grip of a debt crisis, with families in the UK owing nearly £1.5 trillion. And it's the middle classes who are the most likely to be in heavy debt.
High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Del Anglin are in Kent with a writ to collect just over £2,000 owed by a business selling novelty globes, Globey Limited. But first, they must find the right address for its director.
So what we've got here is an individual very difficult to track down. He's got numerous addresses, prior residencies, just messy, evasive.
The business owner, David Sinclair, seems to be linked to several addresses, so Brian does some research.
46-year-old David Sinclair, an accountant. His idea was to put a city map onto a globe, something he realised had not been done before. The result is the Globey, and it is now selling in thousands across the UK and around the world. Father of four sold 2 properties to allow him to invest £400,000 in the project, but yet can't pay an original debt of £2,000 to the claimant. It's a bloody joke, isn't it?
Brian finds the globes are being sold through another company, Globey International, but with no address, Dell turns detective.
Globey. Yes, good afternoon. Can you put collages on globes?
Collage, as in what?
What, pictures? Pictures.
We can do, yes.
Where could I come to see your works?
Well, you can see them all online. I mean, we don't actually have a shop ourselves.
So if I wanted to, where would I send the details to if I wanted to send you an order or something? It might be a one-off as a present for my mum's birthday. It's her 80th, so...
Well, you could, I mean, by all means, I mean, if you drop me an email of what you want, and I'll get a costing for you.
Okay, thanks very much.
That's all right. Okay, cheers.
Thank you, bye-bye.
He didn't give anything away there, did he?
That was a bit clever, a bit smart.
Mr. Sinclair still seems to be in business, but with no confirmed address, Brian calls the office.
Hello, mate. Yep. OK, we're off to Globey Limited. Just spoken to him on the phone.
After a search, a colleague unearths an address.
Oh, after all this time. Still showing on their active proposed to strike off,
correct?
Well, still trading. Still trading then, isn't it?
It's not trading.
Mr. Sinclair claims that because Globey Limited has ceased to trade and is about to be dissolved, he's not liable for the debt. The agents want to find out more about the company Dell called earlier, Globey International.
Well, Globey International as well.
Globey International was a company that my wife set up at the beginning of 2012 when my wife and I temporarily separated. She got money to set up a business, which she did. My business, Globey Limited, I lost my father, I lost my house. We then decided we're going to try and give it another go because we've got the children. But Globey Limited has gone.
I understand that, sir.
Yeah?
Look, I just want to cut to the chase, OK? When I phoned you, we spoke about whether or not you could provide me with something, right? And the indication was yes. So let us cut the nonsense, get down to the nitty-gritty, right? Because you would have been quite happy to have done business with me had I...
Was it you?
Yes, it was me. So therefore, all this nonsense about it not trading and all this is rubbish. Because you answered it. Look, if I'd put in an order in, I'd have got one from you.
Globey Limited has gone.
Well, that's how you answered it, Globey Limited.
Because Globey is the logo.
I prefer to have a look around your house and see if there is anything here belonging to the company. Is that OK?
Yeah, you can get round through the back.
Let's have a look then, sir, because we're wasting time, really.
Feel free to have a look. I'll leave the door open.
Thank you very much, Tom.
phone my wife.
No problem, that's fine.
Dell believes that David Sinclair is still trading. If he can't or won't pay, the agents can seize business assets to the value of the debt.
He's got globes here. What do they sell for, do you think?
Hey? You just need receipts for the stuff, then that's it.
Well, I don't know what you want to do. There's a few bits and pieces of a globey there.
The agents find some leftover stock, the result of a business venture gone wrong.
When I had a prototype of our first globe back in 2009, I think, and I went to John Lewis, and I badgered to get into John Lewis for them to see me for ages, and eventually they let me in. And I remember the guy, and he said, we'll probably place a first order for about 10,000 units. And I remember walking back to the Victoria train station. I was walking on air. I thought, fabulous. And then the economy imploded. They ordered 500. I probably got carried along with it a bit too much, which subconsciously, I suppose, was greed, thinking, you know, we're going to make a few million quid overnight here.
But the unused stock is not enough to cover the debt.
Mr. Sinclair, is there a reason why you don't want to pay this woman her money?
She had invoiced me over the course of a couple of years, roughly, I guess, 20 grand, and she'd got paid about 18 of it. And the reason, as I said, that the rest, the other 2 grand or whatever it was, didn't get paid was because the company had ceased, and the reason it had ceased was, A, because, you know, I lost my house. If I'd had funds, I'd have paid it. You know, I lost my house. The personal problems I had, the company had ceased to trade.
Mr. Sinclair's wife and children arrive home.
Hello.
Thousands as well.
Nice dog. What's your financial situation at the moment?
I've got a pop.
Right.
I've got one. And I can go and get.
I don't disbelieve you. I got no reason. I got no reason to disbelieve.
I don't disbelieve.
The agents now have to make a decision.
Can I just have a quick moment with my colleague? Just cut me. If you could just go in there, that'd be great. Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you so much. Cheers. What's your thoughts? Yeah. Because of the company issue. Yeah. He's paid £18,000 from a £20,000 debt, so he's not an evader. He's paid. It was 20 grand. He's paid 18. So he's not a evader. The company just ceased to trade.
With Mr. Sinclair's company, Globee Limited, close to being dissolved, and not enough company assets to pay off the debt, Brian and Dell decide not to pursue it.
There's a couple of globes in here. There's a couple in there. It's not going to reach £2,500.
The failure of the business has had a major effect on Mr. Sinclair.
6-7 years ago, I probably had an A1 credit rating, had a lovely house, swimming pool, 5 bedrooms, acre of land, very pleasant, very comfortable. Probably worked about 3.5 days a week. Then this idea took over, and obviously the whole thing's imploded. But my wife and I were basically working 25 hours a day, 8 days a week to resurrect things.
Unfortunately, the claimant on this one, it's going to be difficult for them to get their money because the company's not trading anymore. You can't get blood out of a stone sometimes, so it's just unfortunate. But, you know, he's a nice chap. He's tried. He's paid the majority of the debt, and he just can't pay the last amount because, you know, the company wasn't trading.
I was an accountant. I know people that they try and close companies down and then set another one up and with the stock and all this sort of thing. I know that goes on. But it wasn't us. You know, I've lost virtually... Well, I have lost everything. The only thing I haven't lost is my family.
Despite their determination, Brian and Dell have come away empty-handed. Chesham, Buckingham. The agents find Mr. Day sitting in his office with a colleague.
Afternoon.
You all right?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good, thanks.
High Court Enforcement Agency, you know that, yeah?
Yeah.
I understand there was an issue last week because, I don't know, cash flow or whatever it was.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
It's got to be paid today.
I haven't got it here, mate.
We're going to have to seize assets then. You've got to pay it. We said you were going to pay it Friday and then Monday the latest.
Yeah, I know, but it just didn't come in.
Can anyone help you with it to get it paid today? And then you pay him back? Anyone at all?
No, I can't do that. I've exhausted my channels.
The bank won't help you then?
No, I've got this guaranteed 15 grand coming in. I know that. It's just not hitting the time frame.
Mr. Day says he's waiting for a £15,000 payment from HM Revenue and Customs.
Do you know if the HMRC have actually sent out the cheque?
Yeah, they have.
The HMR system says it's on its way. If you can't pay this today, we're going to look to take control of goods, get some trucks in, remove them.
Mr. Day claims he can't pay, but then he makes the team an offer.
Yeah, you can take 4 of those seats, and that is
No, we'll
12 grand.
I'm not an expert. We'll have a look around and we'll determine what we're taking.
When you explain to her that you know you're going to take control of their goods and possibly remove them, you really see what they're made of. And what I mean by that is, you'll see the individuals that will scrimp and scrape, make that telephone call, try everything tooth and nail to prevent that action.
Yeah.
What would you take today?
Everything.
The contract's with British Airways. BA's assets.
Cool.
So you wouldn't be able to touch them.
So why is BA's assets in here? What's the contract? What's the conditions?
The contract is I buy those.
Right.
And they're holding here. As soon as I pay them, they're mine. So it is technically, legally, underneath the contract, BA's stock until I pay for it.
After first offering them some stock, Mr. Day now backtracks, claiming the airline seats aren't his after all. Dell is suspicious.
Right, Brian, the issue is the goods are his. Believe me, right? We take those goods. It's his responsibility. He
still has to pay for them.
He still has to.
It's like a loan, isn't it?
That's his issue. That's not our issue.
With no offer to pay, Brian decides that seizing assets today is the only way to clear the debt.
I don't want to wait any longer. And if he can't pay it today, I'm going to take control of goods inside his warehouse. Apparently, it's quite expensive stuff. About £150,000 worth of stock in there. But I'm not an expert. I don't have a bloody clue what I'm looking at.
Brian calls a colleague, Paul Bohill, for advice.
Hello.
Paul, it's Brian. How you doing?
All right, thank you, sir.
I'm in a place at the moment, commercial property, and they deal with plain spare parts. I'm just basically calling up regarding, you know, the value of this kind of stuff.
It's such a restricted market.
Yeah.
I would value the stock at less than 10%.
At less than 10%, yeah?
So in other words, if you're looking to recover 100 grand, you'd need £1 million worth of stock.
Fine. So if I've got 4 grand there, what we're looking at, 40 grand.
I'd really go over the top because it's such specialised stuff, hypothetically, it could end up being sold for scrap.
So basically, you're talking about clearing him out then, really?
Yeah.
All right, that's great. Cheers, Paul.
It seems that while the stock might be valuable to Mr. Day's business, it could be hard to sell. And Brian has no idea how much the seats might fetch at an auction.
It's not looking good on the following basis. Because your goods are quite specialised items, we might not be able to sell it at all. And that comes to the point, for £4,000 debt, we'd look to clear out most of your stuff here today. If I can't get it paid in half an hour, I'm going to start calling the necessary HGV lorries to come here and do so.
The deadline is set. The next 30 minutes could make or break Mr. Day's business.
You don't run a business like this without having some form of contingency fund. You're just going to have to dig into it.
But Mr. Day then presents the agents with a bombshell. He says his colleague has spoken to the claimant directly, who's given him more time to pay.
Don't worry, mate.
I'm embarrassed as it is.
Don't worry.
Right, he's just spoken to the guy, and he's going to ring your office, see if you can just give us 5 days. He's happy to wait.
Go on, I'll make a call to the office and let them know that they're trying to get hold of him.
Just need the 5 days, man.
Let me call him now.
Brian calls the office to check Mr. Day is telling the truth.
OK, fine. All right, that's cool. Cheers. Bye. It's weird. He's explained to our office that he hasn't made no such agreement with you, and he's going to call you back now and tell you you've got to deal with us. So I'm just relaying the message. Listen, don't shoot the messenger.
Brian's been told that the claimant hasn't made any offer of a 5-day extension.
Well, someone's telling a porcupine, eh? I'll do it now.
Mr. Day's associate decides to pay the office directly. Brian calls to check the amount.
4 grand's paid. He's paid another £120.61. They'll pay that.
The associate has wiped out most of Mr. Day's debt in just one payment. Now Dell needs to get Mr. Day to pay the balance.
You've got it, haven't you?
4 grand we have, so we just need £120.61p.
Joking. What about 60 quid might get on myself broke? I'm just about to make it.
Yeah.
Anyway, how much shit?
£120.61p.
Mr. Day now asks another colleague to pay the remaining £120.
Your payment has been made. There's a confirmation. That's from me, UK Recycling IT Limited.
We should wait for that to hit, and then we'll be at your
Your part paid as well, so it should be within the hour or so.
Thanks to his associates, Mr. Day's business is safe. the end to a debt that he didn't contest.
I should have gone to court, and the reason I couldn't go to court because on that particular morning I had 2 boys at home that were sick and my wife wasn't there. If I'd gone to court, I would have won, but because I didn't attend court, it was viewed in the favour of the claimant. So that's my fault.
What happens when you get into debt?
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
And you can't
You think you can tear my family apart?
or won't pay it back.
I can't pay you. I can't pay you.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits,
Get back up! Get out of here! Or somebody's gonna get hurt.
dealing with desperate debtors
I haven't been sleeping or anything.
in dramatic situations.
Get out of here!
Please open the door.
We meet the people who are losing their homes
I know this is your job, man. Look at me.
and their possessions.
That's fine, because I just listed everything, I'm going to take it.
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay,
We're going to take it today.
No, you can't.
they'll take it away. Around 2/3 of all new companies fail within the first 5 years, with restaurants and bars having a significantly higher failure rate than other businesses. In 2015, 50% more restaurants closed down than at the height of the recession in 2010. It's 7:30 p.m. and High Court enforcement agents Delroy Anglin and his son Dale are working late. They're in Hutton, Essex, to collect nearly £3,000 owed by the owner of an Indian takeaway to a supplier.
Okay, Dale?
Right, we've got a Blue Arrow Essex Limited, trading as Bengal Spice. We're coming here for the amount currently standing at £2,919.05.
Okay.
The debt started as a county court judgment, but the claimant escalated the case to the High Court to speed up the process.
So their meat supplier or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you pay your meat supplier?
Blue Arrow Essex Limited owns the Bengal Spice takeaway. If its director, Mr. Asif Ryan, can't or won't pay today, Dell and Dale have the right to seize goods from the premises to offset the debt.
Oh, mate, you're right. My name's Dale Anglin, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Well, there's a High Court writ against Blue Arrow Essex Limited.
Blue Arrow Essex Limited.
Yeah.
This is best fit.
It's what, sorry?
This is the best fit.
Best fit.
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
Nearly 6 months.
6 months.
Probably more than that, you know.
Obviously, if you're a new company, it's no biggie. I just need to see your lease and business rates.
Okay. I don't know at the moment.
You got no paperwork?
I don't know, but...
Who's the boss, you?
No.
Do you want to call the boss?
It's not here.
Yeah, no, that's can you call him?
As the man denies the takeaway is owned by Blue Arrow Essex Limited, the agents need proof the business is now under new management. While another man comes out of the kitchen, Dale starts looking through the firm's bills and paperwork.
Blue Arrow Essex Limited, VAT bill. Well, these are all from December, and they reckon they've been here 6 months.
It's nonsense, isn't it?
What else is in there?
Pardon?
What else we got there? Yes. The bank statements for Blue Arrow.
All the bills and documents are addressed to Blue Arrow Essex Limited, the company named on the writ. There's no sign of best fit. Dell does a quick check on company's house.
You're showing us still trading here anyway as Blue Arrow Essex.
That's this month's bank statement.
That's it's sending us to here constantly.
So why are you opening their bank statements?
To the...
I'll tell you what we do, right? We're here to collect a sum of money which needs to be paid. Until such time as you can prove differently, we suspect that you are Blue Arrow Essex Limited, and we need you to pay £2,919.05.
Are you coming wrong place or something?
No. Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Huh?
The agents are suspicious that the staff aren't telling them the truth. They need to see some official paperwork to confirm that a new company, Best Fit Essex Limited, now owns the business.
You say you've been here 6 months, so you should be registered for business rates, and you should have a lease.
The business rate, we don't pay the business rate.
Who pays it then? Show me the paperwork. Where's the lease then? Show me that.
This is not here, but...
I want to see a bill from the council regarding your business rates.
This is not a blue arrow. We don't know about the blue arrow.
Show me some documentation. When dealing with a debtor that has a few companies, A lot of the time they do that to avoid having to pay the debt from a previous limited company that they have. They need to show me that that debt does not belong to that company.
Despite the men's protests, Dale and Dell haven't seen any proof that the new company, Best Fit Essex Limited, is now running the takeaway.
Right, can we get one of the bosses on the phone?
I can't get it.
Huh? You can't get it?
You need to make a phone call now. Why can't you phone the owners?
Why can't you phone one of the bosses? You guys don't want to call the boss, so what it means now... Listen to me, hear me. I've listened to you. I've asked you many times to call the boss. Whoa. You're not the boss, so I don't know why you're talking.
You know what? Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Well, we won't talk to you. That's fine.
As the takeaway staff won't call their boss and can't prove the business isn't Blue Arrow Essex Limited, the company named on the writ, Dell and Dale have the right to seize goods to offset the debt.
We need to turn off all the gas. We're closing everything. We're going to take it today.
No, you can't.
Yeah, we can.
No, you can't.
Why are you talking to me?
No.
I don't know why you're talking to me. You said don't talk to you.
No, don't push me.
Excuse, I'm not pushing you.
No, don't. You push me.
I'm not pushing you.
No, I'm staying over there, but you push me here.
I never pushed you there. You walked to here. You walked to here.
No, otherwise I'm going to call police.
Call them.
Call them. Yeah, of course I'm going to call police.
Then call them. It's fine.
What started as a simple debt recovery has turned into a volatile situation.
No, you push me from over
With
there.
tempers run ever get the £3,000 they came for.
Okay, don't talk to me, okay?
Okay, fantastic. Are you calling the police?
High Court enforcement agents Dell and Dale Anglin were in Essex to recover almost £3,000 from an Indian takeaway.
We're looking for Blue Arrow Essex Limited.
This is the Best Fit.
The takeaway staff claimed that the writ had nothing to do with them.
You come in wrong places.
They claimed the business was under new management and refused to call their boss.
You need to make a phone call now. Why can't you phone the owners?
Don't talk to me.
But when the agents threatened to seize the kitchen equipment,
We need to turn off all the gas. We're closing everything. We're going to take it today, yeah?
tempers reached boiling
I'm going
point.
to call police.
Call them.
Now Dale and Dell must try and get this case resolved.
Where's the lease then? Show me that.
Police is not here.
But the takeaway staff are still not cooperating.
Am I looking at?
Yeah, why are you looking at like this?
Why am I looking at
Yeah,
you?
you look at me. I don't know why. Why are you looking
I looked in the kitchen.
Huh? No, you look at me.
I looked into the kitchen.
No.
If listen.
What's your problem? I don't know.
If you're going to stand at the
looking
glass, listen. If you're going to
don't
stand at
look at me
the glass,
like this. Don't look
I
at
thought
me
you
like
didn't
this.
want me to talk to you.
Don't look at me like this, okay?
With such a strong reaction to the agent's presence, Dell and Dale are suspicious that the men are not just employees.
I want to speak to someone who can prove what's going on here. Why can't I make a phone call? You got phones there?
Phone call to
To whoever runs this business. In most cases, when I'm dealing with a debtor that's making excuses that the debtor's away and wherever he may be, but he's not at that company, I form that opinion very quickly that I'm probably speaking with the debtor. Particularly if he knows a lot about the business and what's going on, and he knows a little bit too much than what a normal employee would know.
Dell wants to find out who the men really are. He spots a set of car keys.
I'm holding the keys.
Why are you holding me?
Because I wish to hold the keys until we establish what's going on here. So this is your car.
Yeah.
Where's it registered then?
My home address,
Which is where?
London E2.
Dell hopes that establishing the ownership of the car might reveal the man is in fact the director of the company named on the writ, Asif Ryan.
Where did you say you live?
I live in London E2.
Same as Mr. A. Ryan, yeah? As if Ryan, what's your name?
My name.
Yeah, your name.
My name is Ali. Ali.
You sure?
Yeah.
You got any ID on you? Do you have ID on you? No, you haven't? That's convenient. Because your RF is where Mr. Asif Ryan lives, and he's the director of the company we're here to find. And you weren't sure of your name for about a good 10 seconds there.
I don't know nothing. This company is already...
It's your old company, yeah?
No, this is the company.
It is, isn't it? We can see. You're the director of the other company, aren't you? Of the company. You are, tell the truth.
I'm not the owner, man. I'm not the owner.
Then why is your name shown as the director of the company that we're
What do
looking
you mean
for?
my name is...
Your name's on there.
No.
The man maintains his name is Ali and not the debtor, Asif Ryan. So Dale turns detective. He goes out to check the man's car and finds the insurance documents.
Oh, lovely.
Mr. Ali has followed Dale outside.
What's your name?
Ali.
Ali. It's your car, though. And your insurance, yeah?
Sorry?
So it's not your insurance? The one that says as if Brian. No? You're not as if Brian then? You are as if Brian?
Yeah, so what?
So now we can talk, yeah? Let's go talk then.
Finally, his deceit is exposed. The man is the debtor, after all.
This is as if Ryan. His insurance policy from his car. So as if. £2,919.05p. Can you pay that? As if.
I don't know anything.
As
The
if
company is closed down.
As if. It's not closed down. It's still active.
It's still
As
active.
if.
It is shown as active on Company's House.
But Asif still claims that the shop belongs to a new company, Best Fit.
The company is new company.
Okay, so the new company bought all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah? Can I see the receipt and the transaction?
Bill of sale. Show me the bill of sale.
That's new people. New
So you don't have it?
What do you mean?
You don't have a bill of sale? You don't have a receipt for the new people?
But I don't have any money. Company owes the money. I don't owe the money personally.
But then Dale spots a document addressed to the owner of Best Fit Essex Limited, the new company Asif claims now runs the takeaway. He rings the contact number for the owner named on the document, Mr. Farid Ahmed.
Hello? That's you, yeah? Please!
The call is answered by the other member of staff in the kitchen.
So you're Mr. Ahmed who runs Best Fit Essex Limited, yeah?
Okay.
You're Mr. Ahmed, yeah?
What?
You're Mr. Ahmed, yeah?
Yeah, he was.
You're the contact for this?
Yes,
Please.
he just phoned your
I just
number.
rang you. I just rang you.
He just phoned you the number.
Hold your phone out.
He just phoned you, innit?
That's your phone number on there.
No, listen to me.
You know what?
No idea.
I like the way you roll, yeah?
No idea, bro.
No idea, yeah. I like the way you roll.
I think once we've exhausted all of a defendant's lies and we've totally blown it wide open, I think we get into a new point where they realise that we're not here playing games with them, and we're good at what we do.
No paperwork to show that Asif has officially transferred his business to his co-worker, Farid. Dale gives him one last chance to pay.
Can you make this payment, as if £2,919.05p? Right, no worries, as if. You're going to now remove goods to cover the bill.
With Asif's refusal to pay, the agents now have the right to seize the takeaway's assets to cover the debt. But there's a problem. It's now 9:30 p.m.
We want to do a removal of all the gas fittings. Are we going to get anybody this time of night? Okay, mate, thanks.
It's too late to send a vehicle to collect the kitchen equipment, so the agents decide to throw Asif a lifeline.
Come here. We're going to give you till 12 o'clock tomorrow. We'll give you till midday to pay $2,919.
No. 12 o'clock.
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
Give me at least 5 o'clock.
Not 5 o'clock. I'll give you till 2 o'clock.
Okay, 3 o'clock, yeah?
What's wrong with you?
2:30. Find the money, please.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
The deadline is set. Asif now has 17 hours to pay the £3,000 he owes. But if he doesn't, the agents will be back. The number of people made homeless after falling into arrears with their rent has increased by nearly 60% over the last 5 years. 300,000 landlords expressed worries that their tenants won't be able to keep up with rental payments over the next year. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are in West London to carry out an eviction.
We're going to Shakespeare Road, Acton, London W3.
The tenant, Numa Tall, has lived in the house with her young son for just over a year, but she hasn't paid any rent for 6 months.
Wow, there's £14,000 plus on the writ. So, I think if that was me, I'd be gone by now.
But the agents aren't here to collect the £14,000. Their job is to get Numa out today.
There's somebody running around inside. Good morning. This is Noma Tall? Yes. Hi there, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. And I have a writ to repossess this property.
Come in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice and warm.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. This is for you.
Yes.
Okay. So what we'll do now is we'll give you an hour to get your personal effects together.
Wow. prepare for that.
No. I understand that.
Like, if I had at least this letter, like, 2-3 days ago, I could just, because what you're telling me right now, it's just like, pack your stuff and go. What you're telling me is just like, rush. It's just like...
But this has been going on for months. You haven't paid the rent.
No, but I was waiting for this one, not like that. You see what I mean?
I'm no longer surprised that tenants are shocked by the fact that we're on the doorstep there to evict them because of massive repairs. They just think it's never going to happen. I think it's the old burying the head in a bucket of sand syndrome. They just don't want to know.
Paul wants to find out how Numa found herself in this situation.
Why have you not? What's happened?
Do you really want us to
I do.
take that? So basically, I opened my company in 2013.
Yeah.
And when I opened my company, I had people working for me. Everything was going smoothly. And then everything changed after some times. So I couldn't take it again because this house is 2,200 per month.
Okay.
Which is like, you're paying for somebody's mortgage.
Yeah.
And it's very expensive. And it's me and my son. We don't really need that.
You're obviously a really intelligent girl.
If I was intelligent, I wouldn't be here today with you guys.
I don't know. I think you've done quite
Because-
well. Paid £15,000 worth of rent. I mean, that's quite clever, really. Will your family look after you?
No, I don't want anyone involved with whatever I'm doing right now. This is my fault, my big mistake, and I need to deal with it.
Now, despite the shock of their arrival, Paul and Steve must help Numa understand that she must leave today.
You have to look at it from both sides of the coin, okay? For you, this is not a good day. We are not nice people. The landlord, for them, it is a good day for them. So it's a balance.
I just want them to give me at least a day, because all of this is mine. And how can I just do that like that? Oh my God, this is something so new for me, and I know this is your job, and this is... Wow, look at me.
When you get a tenant who breaks down in floods of tears, I think it's that point they actually realise that this is it. Doesn't matter what I try and do now. I've now got to admit to myself that I have the problem and I've got to move forward with it. So it's the reality check.
As Numa has a young son, the agents need her to understand what she must do next.
Go to the council, give them that piece of paper, because they won't do anything without that piece of paper. Get yourself sorted, get the little one.
Okay, can you give me at least 2 hours?
No, we can't. We have to be gone
No,
from...
because I need to...
All you need to do is
I've got my stuff here.
1 or 2 bags of clothes, identification, that's really all you need. And then you can come back and collect everything else later. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm originally from Mali, West Africa. My father was, a very, very big person in my country. He was a diplomat person, and I was the black sheep of my family. And I'm not proud of it because I decided to have a child without marriage. I'm Muslim, by the way. So it's very, very bad.
Despite her distress, Numa has finally started to pack.
Tu prends tes Lego? Tu prends le box de tes Lego? Parce qu'on ne sait pas en fait combien de temps on va pas venir dans la maison. I'm just sorry for my little one. It doesn't deserve to... If I could go back in time, I've done it. Let me take my picture.
It's an hour and a half since the agents arrived. Numa's time in the house is almost up.
5 minutes.
We have to go, I'm afraid.
But the thought of leaving the house is proving too much.
Okay, beautiful house. Now I'm leaving. Please take care of my stuff. It was very kind being with you. Now I'm leaving.
With the locks changed, the eviction is now complete. It will be up to the council to provide Numa and her son with a bed for the night. Paul and Steve have dealt with an emotional eviction. But in Dell and Dale's next case,
He's already taken his call. He's transferred this up since then and asked us to enforce it.
They meet a debtor who won't face up to the truth.
So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to watch TV.
We're not going to leave until it's sorted.
Nearly a third of all workers in the UK are self-employed. But since the beginning of the financial crisis, their average earnings have dropped, and the self-employed are nearly 40% more in debt than those in full-time employment. High Court enforcement agents Del Anglin and his son Dale are in Surrey, chasing nearly £4,000 owed by a car dealer to a dissatisfied customer.
OK, what have we got, young master?
Mr. James Elgar. He owes the amount of £3,822.31.
The claimant bought a Land Rover from Mr. Elgar, but decided to return it. Wanting his money back, he went to court and won.
I might as well go and see what's what.
Now Mr. Elgar must settle the debt. But if he can't or won't pay today, the agents have the right to remove goods and vehicles to offset the amount he owes.
Morning, how you doing? My name's Dale Anglin, High Court enforcement agent. Looking for a Mr. James Elgar.
Oh, OK.
Is that yourself?
No, it's not.
Ever heard of him?
I have, yeah.
Does he live here?
He does.
Mr. Elgar is renting a room in a friend's house.
Mr. James Elgar. That's right. High Court enforcement agent.
Right.
I've got a High Court writ against you. We're here for the sum of £3,822.31.
No, he's on his car back. He's taking his car back. He contacted me about that.
He's already taken his call. And he's already got a
his
judgment.
car?
Yeah.
He's taking his car back.
But that means nothing to me, because I don't know what this is about.
But he didn't want it.
Right.
And then basically, he obviously done a technical judgment, and then he said he'd take his car back, which is what he was doing. He contacted me like literally about 3 weeks ago.
Right. He's transferred this up since then and asked us to enforce it.
Mr. Elgar claims that the Land Rover was returned to the claimant after he changed his mind about a refund, and that he owes nothing. But the High Court writ says otherwise.
Sure, he said, but sorry to do this, and this is my mate's house, it's not even mine, so...
He said you live here?
Yeah, he's in a room. Just question his room, yeah. But obviously I don't like this at my mate's house. Step outside and do it.
Fortunately not, I've got a High Court writ to be here.
So what do you want to
Because we're here today. Well, we're here to collect £3,822.31, otherwise we're going to seize goods to cover the bill. That's what we're here to.
And what are you going to seize?
Well, we don't know.
Goods in the house.
Well, we haven't looked yet. But
There's nothing here in my old TV. That's it.
We don't know that.
Hopefully we can resolve this in the nicest possible way.
Firstly, are you okay this amount?
No, not at all. Give me a couple of hours.
We will have to stay here until you sort it.
You can't sit in this house while I go and sort something out.
Yes, we can,
sir.
We can sit here. We're not going to leave until it's sorted.
Mr. Elgar is clearly uncomfortable about the agents being in his friend's house, but the writ instructs Dale and Dale to stay until the case is resolved.
We need to know who runs everything in here.
Otherwise,
well, he needs to prove that. Do you want to grab him and let him bring receipts for everything?
You've got to bring receipts for it.
Yeah, well, I need to know.
it's the way the law works, unfortunately.
What do I own in this house? What do you want? I own in this house. TV upstairs, an old PlayStation, that's it. Anything that's in your room, I guess. That's it, nothing here.
Okay, but we need to see receipts for everything else in the house.
You can't, that's got
well, we can. And that's not outrageous. You live here.
With Mr. Elgar saying he can't pay, their next target is his car.
Which car you got?
I'm in the black straight there.
A blue one.
Dell immediately sets out to seize Mr. Elgar's car. Its value doesn't come close to clearing the near £4,000 debt. But Dell hopes that the threat of taking it away will prompt payment.
That's fine.
Can we have a chat to see what goes, because this is just here for
Well, it's easier if you're waiting it, mate.
I'm out of work, I'm signing on.
You're going to have to try and do something. Otherwise, it's going to inconvenience the people here when we start going
Well,
through room by room.
I'm signing on, I haven't got any money, that's the problem.
It seems that Mr. Elgar is no longer trading cars, but the debt must be settled today, either in cash or goods.
You could just come down there and take my mate's stuff, but it's not even mine. It's not even mine.
Oh, no. You don't know if we're not here to take your mate's stuff. We're here to remove your goods and chattels. Some debtors will have a conflict if they're living somewhere where they're paying rent to their friend, for example. They've got debts, and we're there primarily to remove goods or to collect money. So I'd imagine it's a bit embarrassing for them, for both of them.
While the agents wait for Mr. Elgar to try and raise some funds, they take a look upstairs for any other assets that might belong to him.
What's really a small notepad-type computer, old Sony telly, and Not a lot else.
With no items of value in Mr. Elgar's room, pushing for payment is Dale and Dell's only option.
Any joy?
Couldn't get hold of us, so we've got to go round.
We've got to go round to where?
So I'm not going into the city. I'm not doing that to my mate. Leave the city.
Why would you be a couple of hours if you're just going to go on
Because you're asking. It's not as simple as that, guys. To run in and run out. So I'm not prepared to do it. I don't watch TV.
It's a stalemate. Dell gives him one last chance to pay off the debt.
Listen, we're here because the High Court sent us. Your argument with the claimant is your argument with the claimant. You should have dealt with that. Now, we will wait. We'll be patient. We won't remove a thing. We'll wait patiently till you go and do what you need to do and come back.
Right, I'll go on now.
We'll give you a phone number. Have you got a phone?
Yeah.
Mr. Elgar heads off to his mom's to see if she can help.
He's walking with purpose over to the end of the road. I think he's got someone's turned up for him.
But just moments after Mr. Elgar leaves, Dell gets a call from the office with surprising news.
Morning, Dale. Still all right?
Good morning.
Just to let you know, he's contacted the claimant. The claimant's obviously he's referred it back to us. What he does state, though, from the defendant, Mr. Elgar, has got a Nissan Navara over sale on Auto Trader at the minute. It's £2.5 worth.
All right, lovely, cheers.
It seems that Mr. Elgar does have some assets, after all.
He's still got vehicles up for sale on Auto Trader. His phone number on it to be contacted as a seller, so he's still selling cars.
The car up for sale could be seized if he doesn't return with payment. Then Mr. Elgar calls.
Hello?
Hi, it's James.
Hi, James.
Yeah, Mum's not here, so I can't do anything. What can we do then?
Well, you need to pay this money.
Well, I haven't got it.
Okay, no worries. Then further action will continue at further cost to you, James.
Minutes later, Mr. Elgar calls back.
Hello?
Hello, can you tell me what's happening now then, please?
We're going to remove assets that we think of that are viable to remove, sir. As you're refusing to pay, aren't you? That's what we're talking about.
No, I'm not refusing to pay.
Right, you need to
How
pay.
about if I get his Land Rover?
You want to do what, sir?
How about if I get his car, which is obviously worth like £3 grand?
Well, you said you'd already given him the car back.
Hello?
I thought you gave him the car back already.
No.
That's what you said when I first came in.
No.
Oh.
It seems that Mr. Elgar didn't return the Land Rover to the claimant after all.
Where exactly is the car?
Well, I mean, can that work or not? Or have you got to take my TV in there?
We'll probably take all of it, to be fair.
I don't know what else you can say to that. I've got to work something up, yeah?
No, you're not, James. I don't believe a word you're saying. You've lied to us since we got here. Goodbye.
Dale calls the office to check out the Land Rover's value and that of the other car he has listed for sale.
Right, the Land Rover Discovery can't get a valuation on it. And worst news being the Navara, that was a Cat D write-off, so there's no value in that boy.
No value. Cheers, John.
Phone him back. Let him know we know about that.
Yeah, the High Court Enforcement Agent that's at the house.
Yeah.
I'm just calling you via the Auto Trader app regarding the Nissan Navara you're selling.
That's sold it.
Oh, it's sold, is it? If you've just sold it, you've obviously got the money to contribute towards this bill.
No, I haven't, no.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, no worries. Can you understand the trust issue we're having with you?
Yeah, I can do, mate. You know, I'm happy to try and get some money together, but I can't get all of it together.
Unable to get a value for the Land Rover, and with the Nissan deemed a write-off, neither can be used to offset the near £4,000 debt Mr. Elgar.
Should we take the Astra?
You know what I honestly think? I think it's just not worth it.
Negotiating a repayment plan is now the agent's only option.
So I need a suitable offer for you.
Well, what's a suitable offer?
Make an offer, I'm going to tell you if it's suitable, James.
You need to cover half of this today minimum, James, and then we can move forward.
Right, no, let's do it. It's not possible.
Tell me what you can afford to pay monthly and I can tell you if I can accept it or not.
500?
500 a month?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll call you back shortly. Okay, so we now know what he's going to offer a month. We can either conclude it on that basis and leave.
That's it, innit?
See what he offers. And
wait, what's the alternative?
There isn't.
Dale calls the office to see whether the deal is acceptable to the claimant.
Offering 500 quid a month and we've got no other choice because there's nothing to take.
Well, go with what you can do.
Yeah, cheers, John.
Dale calls Mr. Elgar.
They've accepted your monthly arrangement. When will you make the first payment? Can you pay it tomorrow?
That's the 26th, yeah.
Okay.
With a payment plan agreed, the case is concluded for now. But if Mr. Elgar defaults, the agents will be back.
Nobody wins on this situation for me, unless he does stick to his arrangement. He hasn't been truthful on anything so far since we've been here, so the likelihood of that is slim.
Last year, 40,000 households were evicted from rented accommodation. 1 in 4 private renters have been forced to move by a landlord who wanted to increase the rent or to sell up. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are in Acton, West London, to carry out an eviction.
We go right at the lights.
Down the A40.
Up the A40. No, down the A40, you're right.
The tenants, Lorraine Jones and her partner, Nick, have lived in the flat for almost a year. Their tenancy hasn't been renewed because the landlord has sold the flat.
Why, the old fellow on the wheels?
Notice of eviction was sent by the county court, but the landlord escalated the case to the High Court to get the tenants out quickly.
Thank you.
It's always upstairs, isn't it?
Yeah. There you are, sir. It's all yours.
Today, the agents are here without warning.
If you are in there, we're High Court enforcement agents.
That sounds vicious.
No one appears to be in.
Door knocker. Wooden door knocker.
If you don't open the door, we will have to force entry.
But then one of the tenants, Nick, arrives.
Yeah, mate.
Are you from number 58?
Yeah.
You don't look like Lorraine.
Yeah, my partner's on her way back.
We're High Court enforcement agents. We
Yeah.
You were expecting us, were you?
Well, we ain't got no letter saying that you're coming today.
No, there is no letter.
Oh,
We're from the High Court. If I can explain the procedure to
Yeah.
you. We give you an hour to get personal belongings together.
Yeah, I was down to see my mental health GP to get a note from them to take to the council. I've got ADHD.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But my tablets seem to calm me down.
But so you're okay as long as you keep taking the tablet?
Nick's circumstances mean that Paul and Steve must handle the situation with care.
Definitely. You open the door, yeah?
Yeah,
Of course it is, yeah.
Of course. Keep them ferocious dogs away.
She's locked in the front room. She's only a little Westie. She done that. See, baby.
Sit.
It's absolutely devastating to have the home and the circumstances that you have known near and dear to be suddenly taken away from you in short order, which of course is what happens when we turn up.
Hello, Mum. I'm with the bailiff now. Do you want to speak to him?
As Nick calls his mum for help, Lorraine arrives.
You're right.
Not really.
Well, no.
We was told on Monday we would get at least 2 or 3 days' notice before you lot showed up.
Who told you that?
My letting agent.
But can I ask the question? Are you okay now? You're all right?
Not really, no.
All right then. Well, you haven't...
Sorry, I suffer with anxiety and I
Is there
haven't been sleeping or anything.
No, okay. If you go in there, then make yourself a cup of tea and do whatever. We'll catch up in a few minutes.
All right.
Don't upset yourself.
Faced with a sensitive situation, Paul and Steve will have to draw on all their professional experience to keep this eviction on track.
I don't eat or anything. It's making me really ill.
High Court enforcement agents Steve Pinner and Paul Bohill were in West London to evict a couple from a flat in Acton that had been sold.
If you are in there, we're High Court enforcement agents.
But it soon became clear the eviction would have to be handled with care.
I was down to see my mental health GP. I've got ADHD.
Nick and his partner, Lorraine, had not been expecting the eviction today.
Sorry, I suffer with anxiety and I haven't been sleeping or anything.
Now Lorraine must contact the council to arrange emergency accommodation for the night.
Hiya, I've got an appointment for tomorrow. We've actually got the bailiffs here at the moment. They've just shown up. Like, my letting agents haven't given us any warning that they're coming today. I'm just waiting for my partner's mum because she's coming down to help us because of whatever he's got mental health issues. But I always want, we can't be put in a bed and breakfast, that's the only thing, because of where he's got... Yeah. Okay. They've just turned around and said to me, well, if you're homeless today, you've just got to come into the council line and put the phone down.
You couldn't make it up, could you?
That's
You couldn't make it up.
Exactly. She went, well, you've got to come in and we'll have to assess your situation. That's what she's just said to me.
And put the phone down.
I literally just put the phone down.
Concerned for Lorraine and Nick's welfare, Paul wants to make sure she understands what she needs to do next.
It's a bit worrying that you seem to have fallen through the system. What I would like to see is that you get what you need now, get you down the council office so that you can get the ball rolling. Because we can't stay here,
Yeah, I know, it's just
sadly,
that...
all day. The tenants' vulnerability, or mental health issues in particular, should, in my view, be reflected in the way that the councils deal with their situation. So, in other words, if someone is clearly in need of help, the council should appoint a social worker who may be specialised in that field.
I haven't slept in like 3 days. I haven't slept since Monday night because I've been, or eaten because I've been worried about all of this.
You're all right.
I'm gonna have to.
Sorry, I know you're not all right.
Yeah.
You're completely shot to pieces. I understand
Yeah.
that bit.
Because I'm his carer as well, so.
All right.
Not
Do you get
just-
paid for doing that?
Yeah, I get weekly money on a Monday, but I get income support, but that's tomorrow, so that's why we've got nothing till tomorrow.
Lorraine and Nick start to pack, but they have another problem. They claim their letting agency has told them they must remove all their possessions on the day of the eviction.
We need to sort all that stuff out in the washing basket as well.
Yeah, I've emptied the machine.
Right.
That's that stuff there. That black bag there in the kitchen.
Like, that's going to smell. We need to take that with us.
Yeah.
There's got paperwork everywhere. I am stressed. I'm just trying to hold it in because usually I end up throwing stuff and screaming and shouting, but that doesn't help me. That just gets me even more worked up. So if you've got to be out, you've got to be out. There's nothing you can do.
Steve calls the agency to see if Nick and Lorraine can have more time to remove their possessions from the flat.
There is no way that they're going to get this property empty today. They're under the impression they've got to be out lock, stock and barrel today. You know they've got mental disability between them. Yeah. OK, all right, I'll pass that over. They're saying that they can put all their stuff they want into one room.
Yeah. It just takes the pressure off slightly.
Yeah.
If they're happy to do this, you say, well, we want that in that room, whatever. And then you can come back, they can go around and tidy the rest of the house.
Leaving the couple to pack, Paul and Steve decide to wait in the van until Nick's mum arrives.
If ever people need a little bit of care and compassion, it's these kids here. Theoretically, they should escape into council property.
2.5 hours after the agents repossess the property, Nick's mum, Kelly, arrives.
What are you doing? Trying to get everything piled into one corner.
Yeah, but you need to get the stuff you need at the moment.
Yeah,
They ain't going to wait forever. Where's his medication?
He's packed that in a bag in there.
Like, he needs a coat and everything. You get a coat.
I think it's fair that we waited till the mother came over because she's now taken charge of them, hasn't she?
Yeah.
The eviction is complete. Lorraine and Nick are now homeless and face an uncertain future. They must hope that the council will find them some emergency accommodation for the night. Next time. Britain's best-loved High Court enforcement agents are back.
Hello. Do not assault me.
If you can't pay,
All I'm interested in today is, are you going to pay? No, I'm not fully prepared to get off, please.
they'll take it away. Hepburn Hill in South London, with a writ for an unpaid debt of £5,500.
There we go, this one.
Is this 32?
The writ entitles them to collect the money or goods.
For what? Are you Mr. Carmelo Petix? What is that for?
Carmelo Petix.
Yeah, but what is it for?
Is that you, sir?
No, he's not here.
Okay, do you know where he is?
Yeah, he's in Dubai.
Would you give him a call for us, sir, please?
There's 4 Dobermans in here.
Yeah, no problem, sir.
So don't come in here because there's 4 Dobermans in here.
Fine. That's it.
But with the man denying he's the defendant, the agents need a plan B.
We don't have to go in there to motor cover there. Do you know what I mean? It's quite a new one.
The finance check of DCI.
Yeah. Hello, Matt. Can I get a vehicle HPI check done? Hey there, sit down. Sit.
Can you get out of the house?
Sorry?
Can you get out?
I've got to stand here, unfortunately.
Can you get out of the house and I'll tell you?
I'll wait here, sir, at the moment.
What is that for?
It's a High Court writ, sir.
For what?
Take control of goods.
Yeah, but for what?
For what? Carmelo Petix. I can't really discuss the case with you.
For what reason? For what? So
If you show us your ID, sir, and we see if you're Mr. Petix, we can tell you everything.
Yeah, but what do you want to take from here?
Well, we don't want to take anything at the moment.
We don't
Let's
want
see
to
who
take
you are.
We don't want.
There's nothing in the rooms. It's all empty.
We don't. You're getting this wrong. We don't want to seize any goods from you. Okay.
Right. Yeah, so
we want to get the payment sorted.
Can you just get outside,
sir?
Before I start getting angry.
Okay, you'd have to get angry, sir, but I'm going to stand here. Okay.
You know what?
We've got a stick of some sort.
Right, what's going to happen?
What's going to happen, sir, is we've got to discuss sorting this payment out on this.
What?
Okay, we've got to sort out discuss the payment.
Yeah, but you're not bullies, right?
Okay.
No one's bullying this. No one's bullying
Right,
this.
can you get out and I'll talk to you outside?
Please.
Get outside the house and I'll talk to you outside.
Sir, please. Look. There's no need for this, sir. There's no need for it to
Do you
get...
think you're big?
No.
Do you think you're big?
No. Come on, though.
Do you think you're big?
Come on, though. Look.
Well, let me make a call and I'll bring some people around here.
It doesn't need to get like that.
Right?
We're just trying to sort out this writ.
You see your face?
If you're not the person that this relates to, then...
I'm not here to argue with you.
I'm going to find who you are, I'm going to find where you live. Trust me.
Okay. I'm not being unreasonable with you, I just want to...
Just trust me.
Okay, that's fine.
Trust me.
Okay.
All right,
Let's talk to you outside.
What's the...
You want them bullies that go around bullies old fucking women?
Come hello. Come hello.
Look, come around bullying little women. Do you? So long. Come hello. Come hello. Stop it. Stop coming out of prison. Stop it. Go back into prison. Come on. Come on. Stop. Go back to prison. Come on. Come on. Swear to God, man. Come on, man. Look, come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Come on. Get out of my house. Talk to me. Get out of my house.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me.
I said to you I'll sort it out.
Right,
but you want to stand there like a fucking big man to push me about.
No, come on, mate. Talk to me. Talk to me. Leave it. Leave it.
You want to stand there like a big man.
Leave it. Talk to me.
To
Talk to me.
push me about.
Talk to
you
me.
Go around
Come
fucking
hello.
threatening old women.
Come hello.
Go around
Leave it.
threatening old women.
Oh, shit.
Kevin has to remain calm or he'll lose his licence. His only course of action is to call the police.
Yeah, can I have police assistance, please?
Fuck, you got to find the police.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Come on.
Why are you finding the police for now?
Talk to me.
Hey? Look at you.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Who's that writ for?
These are called comments.
Very nice, sir.
What's the deal? We don't even know what it's about.
Hello? I've just been assaulted by a guy. Grabbed me round the neck, grabbed my hands. He's threatened to kill me. He's 40s, 6 foot, large. I'll tell you what, it's disgusting, isn't it?
Although Kevin's retreated, he still needs to keep a close eye on Del.
Wait for him.
Don't worry, listen.
Every day until he comes out of his office.
I took the decision to walk out of there because he wasn't calming down. He seemed to be fine with Del, so I've let Del take over. By me being there, he's just antagonising the situation.
Tell him not to call the police.
All right, but deal with me.
Find out where he lives.
Deal with me.
I will send so many people to his house.
Deal with me, all right?
Right?
I'll tell him.
You'll get fucked.
I will let them have their say, but I always bring them back to the point of why I'm there and to have them face what may be their demons or their situation, because it has to be resolved. What's it about? Because we don't tell us.
Who is it? Is that? Oh, it's curtains. They've made up a load of blinds for me.
Yeah.
They're all the wrong size.
Yeah.
So I told them I'm not paying for it.
Right.
I gave him £9,000. They wanted another £6,000.
£6 grand?
Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't pay them.
Within minutes, the police are on the scene.
This is the blinds, which is here, and all along there, which don't fit. They made them wrong.
Right.
They put them up, they kept falling down. I said, obviously, they're the wrong size.
Yeah.
I said to them I wasn't going to pay them, and they went away. This was about 5 years ago, you know.
I've attended this property of a High Court writ to enforce. The gentleman inside has physically assaulted me. He's pinned me up against the wall by my neck, twisted my hand around, told me he's going to kill me and my family.
Right. It's obviously a dispute you got with them, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Over
what
the
I'm
money.
saying is
But
I already told him I'm not paying him.
He took a photograph of me and said that he's going to get his mates to come in my house and do me and my family. I'm very funny, I've got a wife and a 10-month-old baby at home, John, so...
I thought I was just sort of a bit of an idiot. He was standing at my door like that. So we're not going. We're going to come in your house, we're going to remove goods. So I got a bit annoyed.
You got wound up with him?
Got wound up with him. Because the way he's standing there with the call dead.
You're right?
Yeah, I'm right, mate.
Friends, yeah? Friends.
I'm going to set an example. I'm going to enforce, mate. I ain't going to be bullied.
Kevin still wants to carry out the writ. He also has to decide whether to press charges.
He's made an allegation to us, okay, about what's happened. Right. You'll have to come to the station.
What about if he talks to them and just says forget it?
But that he doesn't want to.
Can you talk to him? Tell him I'm meeting with you now.
Yeah, come.
What's his name?
Kevin. You just got off on the wrong foot, so
Kevin,
just...
look. You got on the wrong foot.
Mate, it's my job.
Yeah, I know it's your job.
Yeah.
It's my job as well to protect my property.
I understand that.
Right?
Yeah.
The house is going on the market next week for sale. I'm prepared to pay, if they want to do a deal with me, I'm prepared to pay half of it in qualified settlement when I sell the house, just to solve the problem. Or if they want, I can give them £100 a month now.
£100 a month is going to take a long time to clear the debt.
Still going to be paid.
Okay, I accept that, but I wouldn't be prepared for anyone to come back and face what I've just had to face up there with you, sir.
Right.
You understand? I've got family at home as well, you know? You don't need to start intimidating me and my family.
Okay.
Right. So what I'm looking to do today is take control of the goods if there are any goods in it. If there isn't, then we'll have to go down another route to try and get this money.
Finally, Kevin and Del are allowed in the house.
That's the weapon. That's the thing that here behind the door.
The agents need to double-check that there are no goods they can seize to cover the debt.
It's pretty empty.
How many rooms is in the house?
5 rooms.
Huge, isn't it?
I'm not lying to you when I said that there's nothing in the house.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay?
I'm going to give the client a ring and see...
All that coming in, saying you're going to take goods away, was really a waste of
all you
time.
had to say...
You just said come in.
Come in.
There's a bed, you can take a bed.
Mate, mattress on the floor upstairs. Yeah. Camillo, before I give him a ring, is there anything you can pay now? Because obviously they'd like it if you got a goodwill gesture before I say to them...
The goodwill gesture is I can start paying £100 a month.
Yep.
Even though I'm not working, I'll be borrowing the money from my mother until the house is sold.
OK. Obviously, can you pay one of them today?
No.
Do you want to think while I ring the client up?
With nothing to take away, and Carmelo unwilling to pay anything today, Kevin calls the client to try and come up with another arrangement.
I've been in the house. He's got a mattress upstairs that he's living on. He's got nothing else in the house whatsoever. His car's on finance. He's got nothing. He's jobless and everything. He's saying he can pay £100 a month. What he's saying is the house is up for sale and that he'll settle in full when the house is sold. Thanks, mate. Bye-bye.
The client is prepared to do a deal.
I had 4 documents in here, so...
Right, we've got a resolution for this. What they've said is they want a written undertaking from your solicitor to say that this debt will be paid when the house is sold. Right. OK?
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, then what they're going to do is they're going to put a charging order against the house so that when the house is sold, the money comes straight out of the house and pays the debt off.
Brilliant.
OK? So, but they're going to set you up on £100 a month until that happens. So you need to pay £100 a month.
Starting from next month?
Starting from next month. Paid then. OK.
Carmelo agrees. Kevin's decided not to press charges, and the team's work is now done.
What was your name?
Del Boy.
Del Boy.
Yeah. You think I'm joking, don't you?
Yeah, very good results. Found out that we could put a charging order against his house. He's selling the house, so the debt's paid. It's as good as paid. As soon as that house is sold, the money will be transferred to the claimant.
You can't win. Whoever you tell them, they don't want to know. They want money. They want money, they want money. Sooner or later, something bad is going to happen. Yeah. One of these babies is going to knock on someone's door. They're either going to get shot, or they're either going to get stabbed, or they're either going to get beat up very badly. And someone's going to go to prison over it.
You're right, mate.
What the fuck was that all about, Del?
I fucking don't know, mate.
What is that guy blowing out on cold like that? I was expecting something to come out, a blade or something. I was expecting something to come out there. It's such a hard call to whether to walk out there or not, isn't it?
You did the right thing, because there's 2 of us.
I think he's capable of bad things.
This job will put them in one of the most difficult situations of their career.
No, turn the handle.
The handle don't do nothing.
I know this is a bit unconventional. Should we just try ringing the bell?
Hi, someone here. Thank you. Hi there. Just going to go out to number. Thank you very much. Quite nice, isn't it? Hi there. Hello.
Bert.
Good morning.
Hello, are you Miss Merritt?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We have the repossession order for this property. Have you got any arrangements to move?
No, I've got broken collarbone, a broken cheekbone.
Is your landlord aware of that?
Deborah Merritt has lived in the flat for over a year.
Could I come in, please? We need to discuss it.
Although most of her rent is paid by housing benefit, she still has to top up £150 a month. But having lost her job after a serious accident, she's fallen behind on her payments, leaving landlord Saeed out of pocket.
I've been asking Saeed and asking, and he said, well, we'll leave it till after Christmas. I'm not going to put you out on the streets over Christmas with you and your daughter.
Right.
So then a couple of weeks ago, I said, Saeed, have you got any news on... I've still not had a letter from the bailiffs. He went, OK, said, can you not afford to pay any of the arrears off? And I said, well, no, I can't.
Well, there's the repossession order. I'm afraid that's an immediate eviction. In these circumstances, what we do is we allow you an hour to get your personal belongings together.
I can't even get in touch with my daughter at school.
What time is she due back?
From that point of view, it is difficult. It gets difficult.
Well, you need to ring the council first and tell them that we're here and that we're evicting you today, and then find out what they say. Have you got any arrangements you could make? Have you got family over here or what?
No. My mum, not nobody. I'm not got any money. I'm not got pay.
Deborah's situation is even worse than the agents first thought.
She has no friends or relatives. She's been here about a year. Doesn't know any of the neighbours. And doesn't have any means of transport, money or anything.
I'm not made up. I said I'm willing to go, but just give me at least a couple of days notice.
Have you tried contacting, speaking to the landlord? No.
He even said at the weekend, I got the text messages, and if you start paying some rent, I'll stop it all. But he knows I can't.
From the very outset, Debbie struck me as being an absolutely genuine case. Now, she got a broken shoulder. She was, in my view, malnourished. She was worried to death about the child coming home from school and finding the house locked up and she wouldn't be there. She genuinely did not know what to do next. If you were able to ring your daughter's school, we've got a car here, we've got somebody with us who could actually collect her, which at least would bring her back here so she'll be with you, so there's no possibility of her coming back to an empty house, as it were.
Deborah is now homeless and must appeal to her local council, who have a duty of care to provide emergency accommodation for her and her daughter.
That's the homeless advice unit.
Otherwise, please try again later.
Just here, come and have a listen.
Sorry, we're unable to take your call. If you have access to emails, then please send us an email.
Ridiculous, isn't
it? All of our agents are busy, and we estimate that your call will not be answered within 10 minutes. At the end of this call, you will be passed to a short customer satisfaction survey.
The homeless lines are not being answered. And there's a recorded message that's saying, just email us. You've just been kicked out of your house, you haven't got your computer or anywhere to plug in your email, so where is that going to go? It's obviously going to go nowhere. Yours is like an Alice in Wonderland situation. You're really at the end of the line, and I can understand that.
Unable to contact the council on the phone, Paul and Steve are desperately worried. With nowhere to go, it's looking like Deborah and her daughter could be out on the street tonight.
Get some clothes, identification, any medication to tide you over, and once then the council get their act together, they'll put you into temporary accommodation, at least because of your daughter. Yeah, of course. She'd had an accident recently, which left her a little bit frail. Supposedly, you're supposed to keep this separate from your feelings. It's not always that easy.
I'm more concerned about my daughter. That's what I get.
You're concerned about?
My daughter, she doesn't need to go to the meeting.
Well, no, but it's better that she's here, though, Debbie, than at school. Was there anybody we can take her to?
10 minutes later, Deborah's daughter, Devon, arrives. With the family now together, they need to quickly pack a few necessities until they can arrange with the landlord to pick up the rest of their belongings.
Hello.
Well, I did.
It's beyond his responsibility, but Paul's willing to go the extra mile.
Debbie, there's my card. It's my phone number and mobile on the back there. So if there's any issues with the landlord or issues with the council, call me.
Deborah's boyfriend, Joseph, who's been staying in the flat, arrives to help with the last bags.
Have you got transport, or do you need us to run you down?
that?
Have you got a car?
Have I got a car?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so no, it's okay, because we can give you a lift down to the council office if you're going down to there. Right.
And I'm a little bit deaf, boy, so you have to speak up.
Speak up. Right.
I've got a place up here after shower.
Okay, but we can take you down the council office.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Ta.
Debbie, if you've got a problem, ring me. I'll talk you through it. Just ring me and I'll ring you straight back, so you don't have to waste your phone money.
And how do we get back in here with the next few
You
days?
ring the landlord.
Ring the landlord and have to
Do
arrange
you think
with
he's
him.
going to let us back in?
Yes, he will.
Yeah,
Well, that's why you've got my number. If it goes wrong, that's you's going to ring me.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, take care.
The eviction is finally complete, but the family are uncertain where they'll sleep tonight.
You've got desperately needy, homeless people trying to get in touch with the people who are set up there to help them. The homeless department, speciality, social services, whatever it might be, and they're all on answer phones. Nobody's...
That night, Paul received a phone call. Debbie and her daughter were on the streets.
She phoned to say they were asking her to leave the council office and come back on the following day, which was a Friday, and they would do nothing to rehome her. Well, I thought that was absolutely terrible. Off the top of my head, I said, just walk out into the street, find the nearest B&B or hotel, and I'll pay for the hotel for the night.
Paul's act of kindness kept the family safe. The next morning, Debbie knows she's had a close call.
We would have lived on the streets last night. We would, literally, me and my daughter would have been on the streets, or they said that I would have been on the streets, my partner and my daughter would have gone into foster care for the night, which is not an option whatsoever. They had nowhere. They had no properties available whatsoever, or any hostels or any hotels.
Obviously, take those steps.
There we go. Hello, looking for Pell Russin? My name's Kevin Stokes, High Court Enforcement Agent. Could I speak to him, please?
No, this is
We have a court order, okay?
Kevin wants Mrs. Rusin to call her husband, but she wants Kevin off her property.
I understand that your kids are home, okay? I don't want
Yes.
to come and confront him.
My husband?
Yes, please, yeah, and I will talk to him.
No, no.
Okay, then we just stand here all day.
Please go.
Okay, I'm not moving, okay? Don't, madam,
Please,
don't
please.
assault me, please.
No.
Okay? Do not assault me.
I come.
Please do.
Finally, Mrs. Rusin agrees to call her husband.
Sami, please mamy telefon.
Kevin now has the debtor on the phone.
Hello, how are you doing, sir? My name's Kevin Stokes. I'm a High Court Enforcement Agent.
Kevin spells out Mr. Rusin's options.
If you can pay that today, we can go away. If you don't, then we have to enter into the property and remove goods, sir. How long will you be? Half an hour. You give them the benefit of that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Kevin and Brian are hoping when Mr. Rusin returns, he'll have his expensive car with him.
She clearly wasn't going to let me in the house, and I wasn't going to push past her and get in, because
It's unlawful.
that is unlawful. So yeah, we'll just sit out, wait and see what happens when he turns up.
The agents find a picture of him on social media.
This looks a bit like him walking up here. It looks a little bit chubbier than the pictures.
It's the debtor, but he's arriving home by foot, and there's no car to be seen.
Hello, sir. How are you? Are you
Hello.
Are you pal? Hello, sir. I'm Kevin Stokes. Shall I come out and talk to you?
No, we can talk in here.
Sorry?
I prefer to talk here.
Okay, no problem at all. Do you know why we're here?
Briefly.
It's between you and...
The thing is, that was the false accusation, obviously. I cannot test the court to do anything about it because I wasn't around here. So I didn't actually find out till like 2 weeks ago. That's the first thing, right?
Okay.
Secondly, we've got the receipt for making the payment. And then the third thing, obviously, the people claiming that actually, it's not the first time they're claiming making false accusations against the other people. I don't really think I should pay any money to those people.
While Mr. Rusin disputes the debt, the High Court has ruled that Pavel owes the money.
High Court order, yeah, okay, which is instructed us to come here today to seize goods if you can't pay it. If you do pay it, you've got 14 days, the money goes into an account where it will be held for 14 days while you make your appeal. We don't want to upset you and your family, we just need to get this resolved. Okay, so
I do understand.
So the ball's entirely in your court, whatever you can do, but if we do remove goods, the cost goes up quite considerably.
Right.
With the agents on his doorstep, he must now pay up and then appeal afterwards to get his money back.
3,779.96. If you can't make a payment today, then we move it up to this removal stage, and you get the sale stage, which will be an extra £784.80.
As long as we don't let you in, and you don't put your foot inside of the house, you're not really allowed in.
Okay.
So you cannot be forced to, though.
We're not allowed to force into your house. That's correct. Okay.
Mr. Rusin's correct. The agents can't force their way in, and he seems unwilling to pay. But if they can locate his car, they could potentially seize it to cover the debt.
Hey, give me 2 minutes, I'll be back. Hang on, give me 2 minutes, I'll be straight back. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be straight back.
So Brian decides to turn detective. They hope the car is parked close by.
A lot of the time it's all a game, like a game of chess with the debtors. It's one move they make, we've then got to outsmart that move. They'll try and hide an asset from us, we'll have to try and find it. They'll try and stop us from getting in, we'll have to try and find a way in. It's all move for move, if you like, and we're pretty good at coming out on top.
While the agents scour the local streets, Pavel remains adamant that he won't pay up.
I possibly could actually organise the money, pay them up, and obviously try to claim within 14 days, as they said. I've got 14 days to go to court and get that resolved. But I don't really see why I should.
Hello, mate. Right, you know this one that you Audi? What colour was it?
Using their experience, the agents try the local pub car park.
There's a grey Audi A8 in the car park. So I'm guessing it's it.
I'm trying to make sure no one owns this in here, do you know what I mean? Hello, mate, how are you? Any of your punters own this A8?
Before they can be absolutely sure the car is Pavel's, Brian quizzes the pub customers.
Any of you guys driving the A8? Was it about 5 minutes ago? Yeah. Lovely. Happy days. Yeah, I know he is. Lovely.
They've hit the jackpot. The agents can't clamp the car here. They must wait till it's on the public highway or Pavel's drive.
If the debtor tries to be smart or outsmart me, it's not personal. I don't take it personally. It's not a challenge to me. I'll just deal with what that debtor has to say to me. Again, I won't disclose all the information I know. I'll just play the game, so to speak.
Right? You're going to say something now, we'll do it for the car.
No, you don't tell him. You don't tell him and you come back when he moves it. You know what car it is. You with me? You don't let him.
Still the camera.
Brian gives Mr. Rusin one last chance. If he refuses to pay, they'll seize the car.
OK, pal, all I'm interested in today is, are you going to pay, yes or no?
No, I'm not really prepared to get off face, to be honest.
Yep. Thank you very much. That's cool. That's it. So you're refusing to pay?
I'm refusing to pay based on what I've said.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
No problem.
But there is a problem.
No, that's fine. You do what you got to do, and we'll do what we got to do. No problem.
Okay, what's your steps? Obviously, what you've got to do.
No, don't worry about that. I'm not going to disclose that to you. I'm going to... Cool. You do what you got to do, and we do what we got to do. All right? So make your application, set it aside, and then we'll take it from there. All right?
So I expect you coming back, obviously, within the next day or two?
We could come back at any time. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Bye-bye. Same to you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Pavel's blunt refusal to pay has played directly into the agent's hands. If he moves the car, they can seize it.
That's his car? Yeah. Yeah?
We need to go for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Pavel thinks he's gained more time.
I'm going actually to make my appeal. I will send obviously the copy of evidences to it, and then from then we'll see.
This is it. He has no idea that we know that's his car. He has not got a clue about it.
He won't think we'll come back tonight.
No.
He thinks we're coming back tomorrow.
But I'm going to wait around, I'll sit it out. No, this is the kick up the arse. Now he wants to go and get it set aside. You know, it's too late.
Brian and Kevin must now sit tight and hope that Pavel moves the car. If he does, the agents will be ready and waiting. Brian and Kevin are hoping that their strategy has paid off.
Yeah.
And that Pavel's car is on his drive.
Yeah, clamp it.
The car is now the property of the court.
Clamped your car.
We're taking the car.
Give him a few minutes, and if I'm not happy, then I'll look at removing the asset. If I don't want to do that, I'd rather him come out and talk to me. Hello.
I'll show you the documents, it's off my car.
Cool. And insurance, yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Whose car is it?
It's my dad's.
It's your dad's car?
It is.
OK, is he in the insurance as well?
With Pavel now denying it's his car, the agents need to prove ownership with insurance documents.
Logbook isn't proof of ownership.
It says there, sir, this document is not proof of ownership. It might be registered to your dad. Your dad is just registered to tax and insure the vehicle,
Let's see
sir.
your insurance, please.
Does your dad live here?
know.
No, he doesn't live here.
Visiting.
Sorry?
You're visiting.
He's here now?
Yeah.
Okay, can you get his insurance documents here?
I don't know.
Do you want to go and ask him?
Well, I don't know. Add that back, please.
Yeah, of course you can. That's yours. That's yours. We're just going to take the vehicle, sir.
Can you make this payment and then sort it out with the courts tomorrow? I'd rather you do that.
This is obviously very tricky for me.
No, it's not.
We spoke about it.
No, hang on. What I told you earlier was I'm going to do what I need to do, and you do what you've got to do. Didn't I say that? You thought you'd be smart and park your car down in the pub car park. Why did you do that?
Because I didn't want to see the car.
There you go. Why don't you want to seize the car? Because it's yours. You've registered the vehicle in your dad's name, which is fine, but the logbook isn't proof of ownership, and I've asked you for your insurance documents, which you can't provide. I'm happy the vehicle's yours and you're using it, okay? So it's entirely up to you how you want to play it.
Can you step out there?
No, he's going to stay there. I'm instructing you to stay there, please, Kevin. No Talk to me and pay it, and then he'll leave your car and we'll leave the car here, okay?
Displeased at the turn of events, Pavel locks the car, with Kevin inside.
Can you unlock the car, please? It's false imprisonment. It's false imprisonment. Open the door, please. Thank you. Thank you. It's open.
What's he doing?
So I'm still happy to seize it. It's his car. Just because it's not registered to him, it's his. His neighbours have confirmed it's his car. He drives it all the time. He's parked it down the road.
Kevin finds that the paperwork is in Pavel's name, confirming their suspicions he is the owner.
MOT's in his name.
That's fine. Take pictures of it.
That's it.
Hold on.
With his car now seized, Pavel's bill has escalated to £4,564, with the sale and disposal fee.
I don't want any confrontation with
Absolutely.
you. If you can't pay it, then we will take the car away, sir.
We're always playing games with debtors. They like to give us the runaround. But yeah, it's a cat and mouse game, but they get caught.
Brian has run out of patience. He gives Pavel a final ultimatum.
What I want from you, pal, is £4,564.73. Can you pay that, yes or no? That's all I'm interested in.
Let me say, yeah. I'm prepared to pay that £3,770.
Sir, no. It's gone from that. We said to you earlier, we would do what we have to do, you do what you have to do. Is that not what we said?
You didn't really say anything about
We told you to pay it, and you told us, hang on, I'm not, hang on. Your words were, I'm not paying it. Did you not say that to me?
I gave you the opportunity.
Okay, fine, cool. And I said to you, you then asked me, what am I going to do? You asked me that.
Yeah, I did.
And I told you, I'm not going to... Hang on, pal. I told you that I'm not going to disclose that information to you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. So now, give me a debit card, I'll take the payment, issue a receipt and the High Court writ, go and speak to your solicitor around the corner or tomorrow morning, make your application to court, file it out at court and get your money back. You're arguing with the wrong people.
I'm asking you nicely. As a
কি পরীক্ষা কেডা বানাইছে পরীক্ষা না বাইরে খালি যদি পড়তো মানুষ হ্যাঁ যাইতো পড়তো আসতো শেষ কি আর পরীক্ষা দেওয়ার ভিতরে নাকি পাসও করতে হয় ফেল করলে কি পরে ক্লাসে তুলে দিব সমস্যা কি বয়স তো বসে থাকে না তাহলে ফেল করলে কেন বসে থাকবো হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ করতে হবে ক্লাস অ্যাটেন্ড করতে হবে सफर मनाओगे अरमान तेरा मेरा साइड है केमन कथा की আমি পরশু দিন রাত্রে মোস্তফা গেম আছে না খেলছিলেন এই মোস্তফা গেম ফোনে ইনস্টল করছিলাম হ্যাঁ আগে দোকানে ওই যে একটা কয়েনে 2টা কি 3টা করে লাইফ থাকতো 3 কয়েনে 5 টাকা এটা আমি কয়েন নিয়ে খেলছিলাম বাদামে থাকতে পরে আম্মু মানে একদিন ভাইয়া জানতে পারছে ভাইয়ার যে দোস্ত খেলতে গেছিল, আমি তো আরে চিনি না। পরে ভাইয়া বলে দিছে যে তোর ছোট ভাইরা আমি দেখছি এনে। পরে কি করছে গিয়ে ফির আবার আম্মারে বলে দিছে। আম্মা আমাকে তো ওই যে বিছনা ঝাড়ু দিয়ে দিন সেই মায়ের, এই একদিন মায়ের খেয়ে আর খেলতে যায়নি। পরে কাল পরশু দিন হঠাৎ করে দেখলাম কি রে এটা দেখি আছে, মানে প্লে স্টোরে আছে গেমটা, কিন্তু সহজে খেলা যায় না। পরে আবার অনেক কাহিনী টাহিনী করে ইনস্টল করলাম, করে খেলছি। কয়েনের তো নেই, আনলিমিটেড কয়েন। আগে না দোকানে খেলছিলাম কয়েনের লিমিট ছিল, টাকা ছিল, লিমিট ছিল। আর এখন তো লিমিট নেই, একবার শেষ পর্যন্ত খেলছি। আর ওই সময় তো শেষ করতেই পারি না এই গেমটারে। 4 জন মিলে খেলান যাই তো নামামুনি ভাইয়া বুঝছেন, এক সময় বুঝছেন আপনার ফোনে নামাই দিমুনি, নামার পরে 2 ফোন দিয়ে, আপনারটা আপনি আমারটা আমি 2 ফোন দিয়ে খেলান যাইব। আগে কিন্তু এরকম 4 জন করে খেলান যাইতো কম্পিউটারের দোকানে।